Hi everyone, I welcome all the divine souls on my YouTube channel, which is Twinflame Realities. And in this video today, I will talk about what kind of people are actually doing channelings on the name of twin flames and a divine masculine, and why they are doing. So that I will share in detail in this video. So as I've shared in my previous videos that I became immediate neighbor of Karmic Twin Flame. I'm now using Karmic Twin Flame. That time I wasn't aware about it's a Karmic Twin Flame. If you have heard the videos previous one where I've shared my story, you will know that. So immediately after my spiritual awakening, which happened in March 2020, I actually realized that I was able to pick up, each and every thought and emotions of this Karmic Twin Flame. So after my spiritual awakening, I realized that I was picking up each and every thoughts and feelings and emotions of this Karmic Twin Flame, and most of the time he was into negative vibrations, negative emotions, and that he was experiencing because of his bad karma only, because that person is all about negativity and wrong things. So he was only getting his karma, but at the same time he was maintaining an image on social media, and that too in front of me as I was his immediate neighbor, that he's happy. But then that was the fun part for me, that I knew him since 2011, and yes, I do thought that the way he's portraying his image on social media, that he's happy. But then when I started noticing that he's into this vibration right now, since then I started observing a lot. And then as on new moon and full moon, I used to experience a lot of negative emotions, stress, anxiety, depression. He was also experiencing the same thing. So there I realized, when I started doing inner work, that I do not want to feel all these negative emotions which I feel because of energy portals and new moon, full moon. So after a few months I was able to overcome that. But then there I realized that I am absolutely fine, my energies have turned into positive one now. But then this person has kept on feeling those negative emotions, and he will keep on feeling throughout his life. So it was a realization that when I was able to understand what are my emotions and what are his emotions. So now I realized that the way I used to feel all sort of energies on new moon, full moon, and on other energy portals, so this person was also experiencing all those things. But then there I actually took a decision. So after my awakening, I actually decided to put a lot of spiritual protections, because as I have shared that I was heavily attacked by those evil entities, and then a lot of other magic and spells were going on through other people, including this Karmic Twin Flame. So that was my first priority, to put a lot of spiritual protection. And then this was my second target, I do not want to feel these negative emotions and feelings and stress, anxiety because of these new moon and full moon and energy portals. And I have already shared a detailed video, the way I used to experience those negative emotions and the kinds of effects I have been experiencing on these portals and new moon, full moon. You can watch that previous video. There are so many signs and symptoms. So then when I started, so I was aware that there are remedies to get out of these energies. So the moment I started doing those remedies, within 3 to 6 months I actually saw a change. So after doing those remedies for 3 to 6 months, I was able to understand that the way negative feelings I was experiencing, stress and anxiety, that actually turned into positive things. So now I was actually feeling happy, excited, and high vibrational energy on these portals and new moon and full moon. So there I noticed what are mine energies and what are his energies. So if it is a full moon, I have been observing myself, and then so from morning till evening I am absolutely fine, happy, and even in positive vibration. But then all of a sudden, that's as this twin flame was my immediate neighbor. So during evening time he used to come and start when the moment I start working. So I was working into night shift, so he kept on looking at me, and sometimes he closes those lights also, so that I don't look at him, but he's kept on looking at me throughout the night. So there I was able to pick up, no, it's not my emotions. So since then I started observing, and I observed it. See, I stayed there for 2.5 years. So after this observation and experiments of 2.5 years, I can say, especially 2 years, because this awakening has happened in March 2020. So there I was clear that this person also goes through all sort of those emotions and feelings and stress and anxiety on new moon, full moon, and on other energy portals, and I am picking up on his each and every emotion. So now my energies have been turned into positive, and so I should not feel his emotions. There is no point, because he's a negative person, and throughout his life he will keep on experiencing those emotions. So one more realization I had, if this person is standing in front of me or looking at me, more and more feelings of him I'm able to pick up. So that was something I experienced there, and then later on I realized that this distance matters a lot in this connection. The far you are, the less emotions you will pick up on this person. You will keep on picking up each and every emotions and thoughts of this karmic twin flame. That's how the connection is. So if sometimes he was happy, or maybe so happy, then I was also able to pick up his emotion that he's into this happiness state, and all of a sudden that was a sort of feeling which I was observing. So I have been observing that, and there I noticed that the kind of channelings people were doing on social media, if I talk about YouTube. So when I tried detaching those emotions, those feelings of this karmic twin flame, I was not able to do it, and this was too much for me. Why? Because every new moon, full moon, I was experiencing a lot of, or every negative emotions of this person, which was, I was not able to handle it, because my energies were shifted, but his energies were, I was able to pick up each and every thoughts and emotions, and he was looking at me more and more, so that he was able to receive those positive energies from me, because he was staying, I was staying in front of his house. So what I used to do for healing myself, that I used to play a lot of loud frequency music, and I had to burn a lot of incense like lavender, sage, so that I could feel better, and then only I was able to do my office work. So then I started being so careful on new moon and full moon, especially during evening time, that I'm always happy, on these days after performing those remedies and rituals. And then what I used to do, that I did not want to feel, his emotions and his energy. So what I used to do, I used to burn those, incense and play loud frequency music, so that those energies do not affect me. And it was such a challenge not to feel, not to pick up on his, emotions, especially the negative ones. So as it was a COVID time and I was working into night shift, so every time, this person used to, this karmic twin flame used to come in his room, which was in front of my room, during evening time itself, because that was my work timing. So he kept on looking and trying to say hi to me in direct way. So I was like ignoring him. I did not want to look at him. And there I realized, the more I look at him or he is looking at me, more and more energies I was able to pick up, and he was able to receive energies from me. So as I realized that I was not able to detach, not able to stop picking up on his emotions and feelings, so what I started doing, playing those frequency music, and I kept on doing those smudging for 8 to 10 hours the time I was working, because he kept on looking at me during night time, because he was not sleeping. It was a COVID time, he was not working. So what I used to do, by doing this, these two ways, like frequency music and smudging, the more he was looking at me and the more I was able to looking at him. See, it was the energy. I did not want to look at him, but that's how the connection is. You cannot stop yourself. And then because of his higher self, I was actually pushed, and then because of his devilish side also. So that's how I survived for the time I stayed there as his neighbor. And when I left his area where I was staying as his neighbor, there I realized now I was able to pick up his emotions, but not that much. It was actually reduced. So that was a good thing for me, and that was a confirmation. The lesser the distance is between you and your karmic twin flame, the more and more energies you will feel and pick up. So difference was when I shifted my place from his area, that if I was able to pick up 100% of his emotions, after leaving his area, I was only picking up 5%. So that was actually a huge difference. So I was clear that I do not want to pick up or feel his emotions, which are always negative. I don't have any problem in picking up on those happy emotions, which is only just 1%, 0.1% I can say. But then most of the time this person was into negative vibrations because of his karma only. So now I was able to put a control over those new moon and full moon. It was reduced 95% because of remedies and the distance. But then apart from new moon, full moon, there are so many other energy portals, and there are certain portals wherein you cannot help yourself. Those were so toughest portal, wherein you will feel a lot of anxiety, depression, and so many other negative emotions. So after putting control over those new moon, full moon energies, then I started working on those energy portals. So there are several portals which I will share in a particular video, and then I decided to work on those portals. So then I started my energy, this inner work in 2020 March, and I was able to do the mastery of all those portals by mid of 2021. So it was not easy to stop those energies which I was experiencing on energy portals. But then as I started, recognizing those energies which I was feeling on those portals, so I started working on that. And then it took me almost 2 years to do the mastery. And after that 2 years of time, I stopped feeling those kind of, negative emotions which I used to feel. So now those were actually shifted from negative to positive. But then I still have to take care that I cannot, leave certain things when it comes about my energy work, if I do not want to feel those negative emotions and energies on those portals. So within 3 to 6 months, when I started doing the remedies for new moon and full moon, I stopped feeling those negative stressful emotions. And for portals, it took me 2 years, because it was not back to back. There was a few months of gap. If you are aware about those energy portals, there are a bit of gap. It is not every month. There are certain portals which comes like, every month, but then there were a bit of gap. So I took at least 1 year time to recognize when are these portals happening. That's why I took 2 years of time. So after 2 years, I recognized now I was not, feeling his and picking up his emotions on new moon, full moon, and on other energy portals. But then, as he is a negative person, he kept on doing shit to other people, and he kept on experiencing those things. So if it is not any portal or any new moon or full moon, and it is just a normal day, and he's into lower vibrational negative emotions or extremely sad, then I was able to pick up. So that I realized it is not my energy, it is his energy. So I don't have to react or give lot of importance or energy to this, this particular emotion what I am picking up. So what I used to do, I used to listen frequency music, do smudging, and I knew that after a few hours it will be normal. I have talked about mantra chanting also, that actually helps a lot. So there I realized when I was actually stopping those mantra chanting at least for a month time, there I started picking up again his, all kind of emotions, be it negative and positive. So there I realized, no, I cannot stop these mantra chanting until I completely detach from this person. So as I have shared, it was not easy to detach from this karmic twin flame because of his higher self. So that took me 3.5 years. And then I decided not to stop any kind of healing process which I was doing until I am completely detached from this person. So I kept on doing those mantra chanting. I can skip it only for maybe 4 to 5 days, not more than that. And that's how I was able to move forward in the detachment with this karmic twin flame. So you always feel all kind of emotions of this karmic twin flame, be it negative or positive. So I knew I don't have any problem in picking up his emotions when he's happy, but then I'm actually having problem in picking up his negative emotions, because that also lowers my own vibration. So after 3.5 years, when I was able to detach from his higher self, from the higher self of a karmic twin flame, then I stopped feeling all kind of emotions and energy of this karmic twin flame, and that was such a happy thing for me. But then there I realized, if there is somebody who has been doing continuous energy inner work or other kind of healing work, if you are a twin flame, you will definitely stop feeling those negative emotions, be it of this new moon or full moon, or of that karmic twin flame. So as I have been experiencing all these negative emotions since my childhood, wherein I was not aware, and only after my awakening when I started observing on these particular days what I'm feeling. And then it took me, I think 2 years almost to turn those negative energies into positive energies of new moon, full moon, and all the energy portals. And there I realized the importance of doing the energy healing work. So if you are a real twin flame, if you have done kind of healing and energy work, you will stop feeling those negative emotions and stress and anxiety on these portals and on new moon, full moon. But then let's talk about those channelings people are posting. Immediately after my spiritual awakening, I was also looking at those channels who were acting as twin flame coaches and kept on posting current channelings of as calling a karmic twin flame as a divine masculine. So I knew the kind of information they are sharing, it is actually exactly matching up with this karmic twin flame's energy. So after a few months, I realized I don't have to waste my energy and time on listening these kind of channelings, because I am aware what kind of energy this person is into right now. So I knew when he's happy, when he's sad. And same thing was posted by these channelers who are acting as twin flame coaches. So after my spiritual awakening, I started receiving a lot of spiritual downloads, which was sacred wisdom shared by divine. But at the same time, I was also receiving a lot of channelings of this Twin Flames channel songs. So it was too much for me that all the time it is ringing into my ear, and there I had to do one thing, that I had to share those channel songs on social media. Then only it was getting stopped. So that was such a irritating for me, that all the time I am listening. It's like a DJ, and a music is on within myself, kept on, channeling songs. It was from this Twin Flame side only. So after my awakening, I had this realization, the kind of channelings I was receiving about this, channel songs. It was back to back and daily. That too, I don't know, so many songs. Probably 300 plus songs I have shared, within 1 or 2 years time on social media, and it was, compulsion for me. I was not able to handle it. It kept on, ringing into my ears. So I had to share it. But then that time I also realized the emotions I was picking up of this karmic twin flame, same thing was shared as on social media through other people who claim to be a twin flame coaches. So they are actually calling a karmic twin flame as a divine masculine and posting his energies, his vibrations, his feelings. So I knew if I start sharing all these things, I cannot move forward. And this way you are actually giving your energies to karmic twin flame. If you are thinking about this person, if you are listening about those channelings, what kind of energy he is into right now, so in that way you are kept on sharing your energies, and then you will also feel drained. It was another thought, if I make a channel and start sharing those channelings with the experience, the feelings I was picking up of that karmic twin flame, other people who claim to be twin flame, and they will start listening those channelings. So it was so clear to me that these people are actually sharing the energy of this karmic twin flame, claiming to be calling that person as a divine masculine. And every other channel I listened that time, the energy was completely matching. The feeling, emotions which I was picking of this karmic twin flame, it was exactly same. But difference between me and in other twin flame was that I did not want to be with this karmic twin flame, as I only knew it is a twin flame and the reunion happens with this person only. So I did not want that, and I had to move forward only. So if I start wasting my energies on these kind of channelings wherein I did not need to listen those, and if I am still listening even after knowing each and every feelings and thought of this person, then I'm actually giving my energy. So I had to put stop on all kind of areas where this person was receiving my energies. At the same time, I also was questioning, like, if I talk about other twin flames who are listening these channelings, then are they not able to understand what are their emotions and what are the emotions and feelings they are picking of their karmic twin flame, which is a truth, that if you are a twin flame, you always pick up on the emotions and feelings of that karmic twin flame. But you will not be able to get to know the difference, which are your emotions and which are his emotions, until you start working on your own energies. The way I used to feel energies on new moon, full moon, and it got shifted after doing remedies only. So where is your inner work? So I actually stopped listening all those channelings in 2020 itself, because that was another way of giving this energy to that karmic twin flame, which I did not want to. So that was a realization. But then when I look at those people, who are running those channels, especially from 2019 or 2020, they are kept on posting same kinds of channeling till now, till date, and they will keep on posting those channelings till the time they are alive on earth. There was one more thing which was revealed to me, that there are evil entities in human form who are acting as twin flame coaches. They are also keep on posting those, channelings on a regular basis. So they are doing it on a purpose basis. They want to keep the real twin flame stuck on karmic twin flame. So people do not realize, if you are giving and sharing your energies with this karmic twin flame, you are only keeping yourself stuck on them. Also, these evil entities who are running as twin flame coaches, they also need energies from you. So if you are a real twin flame, you are spending your time and listening to them, you are sharing your positive energies with them, and they are again energy vampires. They need positive energies. So that is the reason you will find more of such people putting daily channelings on their channels, daily, or maybe with a gap of 2 to 3 days, but you will find more of their videos are current channelings and channelings of the divine masculine. So this truth was revealed to me, I think, in May 2020, when I got to know that these are evil entities who are running as and acting as twin flame coaches on social media, just to keep twin flames, the real twin flame stuck on karmic twin flame. So then I actually decided that I will have to share all these things with the real twin flames, so that they start moving forward. They do not stay on, stuck on this karmic twin flame. See, that time I did not know that it's a karmic twin flame, but I knew this person is completely a wrong person, and same energy was posted by these channelers also. So it is needed. Now I'm aware that it is a karmic twin flame. So that time I actually decided to create a channel wherein I also did not post the channelings, wherein I kept on picking up the emotions and feelings of that karmic twin flame till the time I was completely detached from him. So there are certain rules and regulations which you will have to follow while doing the energy inner work if you want to reach where you are supposed to reach, and that is the mandatory thing. So there I realized there were so many ways through which this karmic twin flame was able to receive my energies, and if I keep on talking about him, kept on thinking about him, he will kept on receiving my energies. So that was another reason that I did not want to share those current channelings on my channel. So I only decided to create a channel wherein I started sharing videos on karmics, how to deal with them and how to break karmic cycle. And if you look at my this channel also, you will find I started giving information about those things only. I did not post any kind of channeling. So it was all about learning your karmic lessons, identifying how karmics are playing mind games, and so many other things. So that those are part of your karmic lessons only, because listening energy work will not lead you anywhere. It will only keep you stuck. But the information I have shared, how to deal with this karmic and the kind of manipulation they use, karmic, and the mind games they used, and how can you deal with them, those were needed thing. So there are few real twin flames also who are running their channels, and they are kept on posting those current channelings on the name of divine masculine, wherein though that is not the energy of divine masculine, it is actually the energy of the karmic twin flame. So either they do not realize it or whatever the reason is, but they kept on posting those. So now understand, if somebody is claiming to be a twin flame running those channels, look at their channel, when did they create that, and since then they are keep on posting the same thing, and that is a proof, evidence that this person has not done any kind of energy healing work. Otherwise this person could have stopped feeling those negative emotions. And there is a cycle created if these twin flames who are posting those energy channelings of that karmic twin flame, mentioning it as a divine masculine, see, till the time they do not do healing and they do not come into complete detachment with this karmic twin flame and his higher self, throughout his life they will be keep on experiencing the his emotions, and then they will keep on pretending they are not, they are kept on experiencing those emotions. So this is a fact that you always feel and pick up each and every emotions and thought of your karmic twin flame, and if you do not do the energy healing work, if you do not come into detachment, your life is going to be the same way. So I know two channels of real divine feminines, and I think one is married and one is unmarried. So both are 40 plus, and the other one who is single and looks like she will remain single and kept on posting those channelings on the name of divine masculine, because she has not done any kind of energy healing work. Because when you start doing the energy healing work, you will have to keep this thing in mind, that you are going to detach from this karmic twin flame, and for that you will have to stop listening those channelings. You will have to stop talking and thinking about that person, wherein you kept on thinking about that person, but at least you can stop listening those channelings through which you are giving your energies. And the other divine feminine, she kept on posting those channelings, but now she has reduced the frequency of posting her channelings, like the way she used to post since 2020 regular basis. Now she does it only between 3 to 6 months. So now these both divine feminines are actually stuck in false hope. I have already shared a video on false hope, and there are a lot of other things which I'll have to share in that particular video. So for them, it is only one divine masculine for whom they are actually able to feel and pick up their energies, which is actually a karmic twin flame. So it is actually a choice based decision. If you want to stay stuck, it is easy to stay stuck, but it is difficult to do the energy work, and that is complete a choice base. So they just see, they are running channels, for them it is a business now. But then at the same time, you'll have to understand the kind of emotions and feelings you experience. Most of the time it is negative if it is a karmic twin flame, and you cannot detach from this karmic twin flame immediately. It takes a lot of energy and effort. And as I have said many times, that if you are a twin flame, then you initially meet a karmic twin flame, and you pick up each and every emotions and thought of that person, and you know that this person also has same kind of intense feeling. But then why that person is running? Because running and this runner chaser dynamic is only between a real twin flame and a karmic twin flame. So though that difference is completely clear now, so it is your choice. You want to stay stuck on this karmic twin flame, or you want to do the energy work and then meet your real divine counterpart. And there are few real twin flames. What do? They are doing the energy work, but then at the same time they are kept on focusing on that karmic twin flame, whether they are checking their status on social media or listening, tarot readings and listening those channelings. So in that way, you will not be moving forward. You are actually you are remaining stuck, because if you want to do the complete energy work, you will have to stop giving your energies, that too through tarot reading, by checking his status or getting information about that person. This is what you will have to stop. And at the same time, when you start stopping all these things, there will be a push from the devilish side of this karmic twin flame that you will not be able to do it. I actually faced a lot of problem. It took me almost 2.5 years to stop all those things. So I was not listening those channelings, but I kept on listening those tarot readings. It was not about current feelings or knowing anything about that person, because I knew in and out thing, and I was getting all the information through divine and through my spirit guide when it comes about the secrets and the energy of this twin flame. But then as I was listening to those tarot readings, so through tarot readings he was able to get energies from me. So I had to stop, but it took me, I think, 1+ year time to stop. So until you come in complete detachment with the higher self of this karmic twin flame, you will kept on experiencing those emotions and feelings of that person. And meanwhile, you will have to keep on moving forward while doing your energy inner work. And at the same time, you will also have to learn your karmic lessons. That's how you can, come into the complete detachment with this karmic twin flame's higher self. And that is the main part, and that you can do it only at the end. So there are so many other things which you'll have to do in terms of healing. And the kind of channeling you get to hear from these channelers, that now divine masculine is feeling like this and feeling that, like that, and now this kind of changes are going to happen in divine masculine. So they are actually living in a false hope. They know, see, if you're a twin flame, you know the person you are with, or you are having emotions. I'm sure you know the character of that person. If he's I've already shared the characteristics of a karmic twin flame, and if it matches. So in that terms, if you're expecting this narcissistic person turn into a positive person, as that was a divine masculine, you are not going to reach anywhere. You will keep on remaining stuck throughout your life, because that is only part of false hope if you're expecting a narcissistic person to turn out into a positive person. And at the same time, what happens, there are negative entities in the spirit world. They try to play a lot of tricks so that you actually feel this, this karmic twin flame will turn out to be a positive person. There are so many tricks they play, which I experienced, that I will share in a separate video so that you will have more mental clarity. So in my case, when I started doing my energy healing work, and I was clear that I do not want this person in my life, and I had to close all those areas from where he was getting my energies, and I did not want to pick up his emotions. So that was the reason I had to do extraordinary level of energy work. So I actually asked divine not to let this person come towards me, otherwise I will play this time, because since I met him, I never played any sort of game or a mind game, but this person has been kept on playing mind games. So I only played one game, in 2022 when he got married, because of that game only. So if your karmic twin flame is not talking to you, please consider it as a blessing, and this should be this way only, so that meanwhile you start come into this, this particular detachment, wherein it will take a lot of time. And as it was so difficult for me to stop watching those tarot readings, wherein I was actually pushed from the devilish side of this karmic twin flame, so that I kept on listening those tarot readings and he kept on receiving those energies. So I knew it is a big way of receiving my energies. So what I did, I was not able to stop this. So I actually shifted from one kind of tarot reading to other kind of tarot reading. So the tarot reading which I was listening, it was not about other person, because when you are trying to check energy of other person through tarot, you are be doing through paid readings or non-paid readings, you are always connecting and sharing your energies with that person. So I knew this game. So what I did, I actually started listening those channels wherein they were talking about your higher self or your future self, and then only about you. It had nothing to do with other people. So there were a particular channel which was teacup tarot, and then there was another channel, cafe tarot by Shaina. So these channels I started listening, and then I actually left it completely. One after another, I started closing all the doors from where this karmic twin flame was receiving my energies, and that's how you can also do it. If you kept on doing your energy work, be it chakra healing or other kind of energy healing, and same time if you are focused on this person, then please understand you will not reach anywhere. And when I look at my divine masculine, who I only got to see after the detachment of this karmic twin flame and his higher self, so divine masculine is actually a highly spiritual person, and he always does self healing, always doing his healing on his own. He doesn't need to take outside help, and he's actually highly spiritual than divine feminine also. This is a fact. And when the higher self of divine masculine got connected to me in 2020-23 October, so as his situations are so tough, it is only because of soul mission only. So most of the time he is into high vibrational energies, but then as there was a few traumatic incidents as a death in his family, so he was actually into sad emotions, so that I was picking up, and then immediately he was able to trying to disconnect from me. So then I experienced this twice, and then I told to him, like, this is not done, let me feel those emotions. So this is how divine masculines are, and that is the best thing, that they do not let you feel their negative emotions, because they are always protective of you, and they want you to be in high vibrational state. So then I was not happy with this. I said, let me feel those negative emotions of yours. So then it was a request. So it was 2 back-to-back death in his family, and that was second time I realized that why he is disconnecting from me. So there I realized the difference between the karmic twin flames and divine masculine, that you keep on experiencing those negative emotions of a karmic twin flames through his higher self, and that's what they want. But in terms of a divine masculine, you will not be picking up his negative emotions or sad emotions, but you will definitely be definitely picking up his high vibrational energies. So the channelings which are being done on social media on the name of divine masculines, those are not of the divine masculine, it is only of karmic twin flame. So if you do not do the difference between these two, you will stay stuck in your life. So now, as I've already shared a detailed video on the characteristics of a karmic twin flame. So if you are with karmic twin flame, if you're a real twin flame, you must be with karmic twin flame only, and that is the reason you are stuck. So this is your energy work, inner work, part, that you have to stop listening tarot readings, and stop checking his details from through his social media, and stop sharing your energy with this person as much as you can. And this is again going to be the toughest one, and it will take a lot of time, but then it's okay, you will have to do it. It is part of the inner work only. So this is the guidance. Now you stop listening tarot readings and all kinds of channelings which is about this person, karmic twin flame, and then only you can start working on yourself. That is the best way. And if you kept on focusing on that person and kept on doing your energy work, that is going to be of no use. And I also want you to do this one kind of experiment. When you go ahead and start listening those channelings, if you are still listening, so look at when this channel was created, and are they still posting those current energies and current channelings of this karmic twin flame claiming to be a divine masculine. You will realize either they are those evil entities who are acting as twin flame coaches, or even though if they are real twin flames, they have not done any kind of energy healing work. Because when you start doing those, you actually stop feeling those negative emotions, and stop feeling those every energy you pick up of this karmic twin flame. Yes, it takes at least 1 or 2 years time, but then now realize when this channel was created. So you will have to do this experiment. First of all, you will have to stop immediately all sort of channelings which you listen on the name of twin flames, and then start doing your own inner healing. But this is just an experiment so that you realize what I'm talking about. So this was about today's video. I will see you in another video. Till then, take good care of yourself. Bye bye.